Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I need you to stop what you are doing for the next few minutes because what I am about to share with you could genuinely change the way you walk, the way you stand, and the way you live for the rest of your life. I am Dr. John Parker, and here is something most doctors will never say out loud. Your legs are not getting weaker because you are aging. Your legs are getting weaker because no one ever told you what to feed them. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that adults over 65 with significant lower body weakness had a 72% higher risk of mobility disability within just 5 years. That is nearly 3 out of 4 people who could have acted sooner but did not because the information never reached them. Today, I am giving you that information. 5 specific foods counted down from powerful to life-changing that can rebuild your leg strength and restore the stability you thought was gone. And the number one food on this list is something you probably already have in your kitchen, something you may have been told to avoid, and something researchers now consider one of the most powerful muscle protective compounds for anyone over 60. I am saving it for last. Before we begin, tell me in the comments how old you are and whether your legs have been feeling heavier or weaker lately. I read every single comment, and your story might help someone else find this video. Now let us start at number 5. Eggs. You have heard the debate your whole life. They raise cholesterol. They are bad for your heart. I am here to tell you that advice was one of the most damaging health recommendations ever given to seniors. Eggs are loaded with leucine, the amino acid that triggers muscle repair in aging bodies. After 65, your muscles become resistant to protein signals, and leucine is the stronger trigger they need. 2 whole eggs deliver enough leucine to meaningfully activate that repair process. And the yolk, the part you were told to discard, contains choline and vitamin D that protect the very walls of your muscle cells from age-related breakdown. Do not skip the yolk. It is where the real medicine lives. Now, if eggs lay the foundation, what comes next takes your leg protection to an entirely different level. Number 4, wild-caught salmon. If your legs cramp at night, feel heavy in the morning, or ache for no clear reason, there is a strong chance that chronic inflammation is quietly destroying your muscle tissue while you sleep. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon, specifically EPA and DHA, work like a fire suppression system inside your body. The inflammation in aging muscles is a low-grade fire that never goes out. It burns constantly, damaging your muscle fibers, your connective tissue, and the nerve pathways that tell your legs to move. EPA and DHA chemically neutralize the compounds fueling that fire. A study from the University of Aberdeen found that adults over 65 who consumed omega-3s equivalent to 3 servings of wild salmon per week saw a 22% increase in muscle. Protein synthesis. That is not a supplement. That is a fish. Salmon also delivers vitamin D3, the active form your skin stops producing efficiently after 70. Vitamin D deficiency affects roughly 77% of seniors and is directly linked to muscle weakness and accelerated muscle loss. 1 serving of wild sockeye salmon covers nearly your entire daily requirement in a single meal. A patient of mine, Gerald, 73, came to me with legs that cramped every night and balance so poor his wife would not let him walk to the mailbox. Alone. His diet had almost no fish. We added wild salmon 3 times a week and changed nothing else. 6 weeks later, the cramps had cut in half and Gerald was walking to the mailbox on his own again. His wife told me quietly, like saying it too loud might make it stop working. Always choose wild caught. Farm salmon has a completely different omega-3 ratio and does not deliver the same benefit. And this brings us to number 3 on our countdown, and we are now entering elite territory. Spinach and dark leafy greens. I want you to think about every older person you have seen who moved well, who stood up from a chair without pushing off the armrests, who walked without shuffling. I would bet that dark leafy greens were a consistent part of their diet. Here is the biology. After 75, your body loses roughly 35% of its ability to recycle nitric oxide, a molecule that controls blood flow to your legs. When nitric oxide drops, the tiny blood vessels feeding your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your calves begin to congest. Nutrients cannot get in, waste cannot get out. Your muscles fatigue faster, recover slower, and shrink year after year. Spinach, kale, and arugula are loaded with dietary nitrates that your body converts back into nitric oxide. You are essentially using food to bypass what aging has taken away. Research from the Karolinska Institute found that nitrate intake equivalent to roughly 200 grams of spinach improved skeletal muscle efficiency in older adults by 19%. The muscle did not grow bigger, It simply worked better with what it already had. Spinach is also rich in magnesium, a mineral that 68% of Americans over 60 are chronically lacking. When your legs cramp at night, when your calves seize up, that is almost always a magnesium signal. 1 cup of cooked spinach delivers 37% of your daily magnesium requirement in a single serving. Always cook your greens in olive oil. The fat dramatically increases absorption of everything spinach has to offer. Right here, I want to pause and ask you something. If anything in this video has already opened your eyes, hit that like button right now. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it. And if you have not subscribed yet, do it now. It takes 1 second and it might be the best health decision you make today. Now, number 2, and I told you earlier that one of these foods would surprise you. This is the one, beets. I can see some of you smiling and some of you are skeptical. I understand completely because beets are not what comes to mind when you think about building strong legs. But the research behind beets and physical performance in older adults is so compelling that major sports medicine institutions now use beet-derived compounds in their recovery protocols. Remember those dietary nitrates we discussed with spinach? Beets contain them in concentrations roughly 3 to 4 times higher per gram than any leafy green. When those nitrates reach your working muscles, they convert into nitric oxide with extraordinary efficiency, triggering a wave of blood vessel opening that floods your legs with oxygen and nutrients in a way that aging blood vessels simply cannot produce on their own. A study at Wake Forest University found that older adults who consumed beet juice equivalent to 2 medium beets before exercise showed a 38% increase in blood flow to the brain regions controlling motor function. Beets did not just improve what was happening in their legs, they improved the brain's ability to control their legs. My patient Elena, 68 from Portland, came to me after 3 separate doctors told her that her leg weakness was simply part of aging. She was walking with a cane. We added 2 roasted beets to her lunch 4 days a week alongside a short daily walk. Within 12 weeks, she returned to my office without the cane. She was gardening again. She cried when she told me, and I will be honest with you, I found that moment deeply moving as well. Roast your beets at 400 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes to concentrate the nitrates. You can also blend them raw into a smoothie with citrus juice. The vitamin C dramatically increases nitrate conversion. Never boil them. The nitrates leach out into the water. And now, number 1, the food I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. The food that has been unfairly avoided by millions of seniors based on outdated science. Extra virgin olive oil. I know some of you expected a protein or a superfood powder. Stay with me because this will change how you think about fat, inflammation, and muscle strength forever. Extra virgin olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal, a natural polyphenol that works inside your body, almost identically to ibuprofen. Same mechanism, same inflammatory enzymes targeted, but without the gastric bleeding, kidney damage, and cardiovascular risk that come with long-term medication use. And the muscle benefits go far beyond inflammation control. A study from the University of Athens followed 840 adults over 65 for 3 years. Those who consumed 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil daily showed a 37% lower rate of sarcopenia, the medical term for the involuntary loss of muscle mass that accelerates dramatically after 60. Here is why researchers find this extraordinary. The polyphenols in olive oil directly activate the mTOR pathway, your body's master switch for muscle building. After 70, your mTOR sensitivity drops by roughly 40%. Olive oil appears to partially restore that sensitivity without requiring exercise or elevated hormones. It works inside the cell regardless of what else is happening around it. My patient Thomas, 81, a retired Navy commander, had not walked more than 2 blocks in years. His diet had been extremely low fat for 3 decades. We added 4 tablespoons of quality olive oil daily, 2 over his morning eggs, 2 over lunch vegetables. At 12 weeks, he was back on his bicycle. At 6 months, he completed a 2-mile charity walk. His photograph from the finish line sits on my office wall. These 5 foods work together as a system: eggs, salmon, spinach, beets, and olive oil. They are available in every grocery store, and they carry the power to give you back something most people have already given up on: the freedom to move through your own life with strength, with confidence, and with joy. It is never too late. Your muscles are waiting for the raw materials. Your job, starting with your very next meal, is to finally give them what they need. If this video helped you today, hit that like button right now. That one small action tells YouTube to share this with more seniors who need exactly this information. And if you are not yet subscribed, do it now. Every week, I bring you clinically grounded health content designed for adults who want to live stronger and longer on their own terms. Now, leave me a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 foods you are adding to your diet first. Tell me how your legs have been feeling. I read every single comment, and I mean that sincerely. Until next time, eat well, move daily, and never stop believing that your best years are still ahead of you.